Comping a property is extremely important. It's going to really change the way you market your deal, change the way you communicate with your seller. If you don't know how to comp a property properly, then you could potentially be leaving cash on the table or losing deals altogether. I'm going to cover with you a great little comping strategy that I recommend, and hopefully I execute it well. All right, here's what I recommend you doing. When you have a subject property, what you want to do is go to Zillow.com, plug that property address into Zillow. Boom, I got that property. Zillow's also going to zoom you in to the city and the state on a map. So you're going to actually get to see it. And then what you're going to want to do is filter in Zillow. You no longer want to see houses for sale. You want to now see houses that sold. Okay? Hit that filter. Then it's going to show you every house that's sold in that area. So now that we have that covered, now we're looking at our comps. What we want to do is find a property that matches our property the closest. And ideally, you want to find 5 of those properties. Okay? Similar beds, similar baths, similar square foot, and not that far away. Generally starting at a quarter to a half mile away if possible. Okay, once you have these 5 properties, here's what you're looking for. You're looking for 3 properties that are going to be what they call after repair value. So 3 properties in decent to good condition. Okay, and then that's how you're going to get your real ARV and your offer. Then you're going to find 1 property that's in immaculate condition. It's worth a lot. They put a lot of money into it. It is a beautiful remodel. Okay. Then you're going to want to find the biggest piece of shit in the area as well. This really crappy property, you know, it went for 1/8 of what properties go for in the area. All right. So now you have these 5 comps, 3 average, 1 extreme on the low side, 1 extreme on the high side. What you're going to do is you're going to take the 3 averages in the middle, and you're going to divide the price they sold for by their square footage. This is going to give you a price per square foot per property. Once you find out those 3 prices of those median 3 properties, you're then going to divide them by each other and get the average. So now let's say, I won't even give examples, but you want to add all 3 up, divide it by 3, and that will actually give you the average of those 3 properties. Okay, so now that you've got that price per square foot average, you multiply it by the property you currently have under contract, or that you want to have under contract. So if you get $200 per square foot, that was your math, then you have 1,000 square foot house, you multiply 1,000 by 200, and bam, now you're going to have a $200,000 house. That's going to be your ARV, your after repair value. So now that we actually have your property's ARV, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the buyer with the high comp we found and say, look how much this property is worth. Man, it's worth this much, $330,000, right? And then you're going to get the low comp you found of the biggest piece of shit in the area, and you're going to go back to the seller and you're going to say, you know, I'd love to give you top dollar, but I found this in the area, and this is just 2 blocks over, and it's very similar to the condition of your house. And you're not going to use that necessarily to negotiate with them, but you're going to use that to instill doubt in the pricing structure they have in their head. Okay, this is a negotiation style. So this is using comps to then fuel and tee up your negotiations. So guys, I hope that made sense. We're going to get 5 properties. 3 of them are going to be average. 1 of them is going to be an extreme high. 1 of them is going to be an extreme low. That low price, beat up home. The high one is a super remodel. We're going to get the price per square foot average of the 3 median properties and then multiply that average by our subject property's square foot. That's going to give us our ARV. So we actually know what the property's worth when dealing with the seller. Then the other 2 pieces, the high and the low, they're going to be used as negotiation tools for our team. Because once we get the seller to sign the contract, negotiations aren't over yet. Now we got to start negotiating with the buyer. And those high and low comps, if you're lucky enough to have them, will definitely serve you in that process.